In November 2001, I was 21 years old and running track and cross country for three-time Olympic track and field coach J.J. Clark at the University of Florida. Left to right in this picture, five-time Olympian Gerald Miles Clark with her husband coach J.J. Clark, Jetta Clark, and three-time Olympian Hazel Clark, and me. J.J. Clark is known for his very disciplined track training regimen. His father, Joe Clark, was the famous New Jersey principal depicted in the movie Lean on Me, played by Morgan Freeman. Joe Clark in real life turned a school around and became famous. The Clark family is the first family in track and field where all three family members made the Olympics in the same event, the 800-meter run in the 2000 Olympics. Gerald Miles Clark, Joetta Clark Diggs, and Hazel Clark made that Olympic team. And for their Olympic preparation, I was training with them back in 2000. I snuck out of cross country to compete in a strenuous event testing all-around athletics on November 4, 2001, spurred on by Sulit Shah, the American record holder in the Ironman triathlon and the only American-born female to break 9 hours in the Ironman triathlon. Sue coached me through this event. Sue also won the Ultimate Athlete title in a previous year. Sulit Shah is the woman standing behind me in this picture. On the right is my number one competitor, a woman that has been undefeated in this event in the past few years. She is a Marine and a bodybuilder and does not want to lose this event. The Ultimate Athlete competition is an all-day strenuous event testing all-around athletics. The event begins at 8 a.m. and doesn't end till 6:30 p.m. There are 10 challenges an athlete must conquer, and the one that wins the most wins the overall Ultimate Athlete of Florida title. Here is the starting lineup, left to right. 2 girls on the left are Marines. Third from the left is a former Gladiator competitor. Fourth from the left is a Division I cross-country runner. Then I am there. And finally, my number one competitor, a Marine and bodybuilder, and the reigning Ultimate Athlete until I beat her today. I started the race too overly confident in my canoe skills, and I lost my first event in the canoe sprint, coming in dead last. This loss was motivation to plug away, as this really reduced my score from the get-go, and I had to regain my strength immediately. I quickly did regain my position in the second event, which I easily won in the 100-yard open water swim, blowing away my competitors in a time just over 1 minute. The third event was an easy win for me as well, as I had the fastest time to climb the cargo net. The fourth event was another feather in my cap, as I won the obstacle course in the fastest time, which consisted of hurdling, climbing, and dodging under objects. Then came the 300-yard suicide run, which I easily won and set a new record by beating all the women as well as men in a new record, which was 43 seconds. The excitement was escalating as the pressure on the bodybuilder was ever increasing. I just missed winning the bench press event as the win went to the bodybuilder, and I was second. The seventh event was the most adrenaline-packed event I had ever been in. For the first time, I went mountain biking. And if I didn't get first or second, Sue told me I would be out of the running to win. Sue let me borrow her mountain bike, and her husband, Bobby, a pro mountain biker, gave me tips to blaze this trail. What Sue wouldn't tell me is that I will be bicycling on a trail that is only 2 feet wide, and if I fall off the bike, I will end up in the lake, as there is a body of water on each side of this single track trail. I was never so scared in my life to bike for the first time and look down and see water and alligators around me. My adrenaline kept pumping. I was in second position. I saw the third place behind me, though. I had to hold my position, and I did. And I finished second as the bodybuilder was first. The 8th event was another strength for me, and a very easy win. The 1.5-mile run, I blazed past everyone to finish first in a new record time. Whew, now we were down to 2 events left. 2 events I never competed in or even practiced before. Archery. We were allowed to take a quick lesson and some practice shots, as you see me here with a woman giving me a few pointers on how to do archery. Then our score was out of 3 shots. I lined up to shoot as the bodybuilder looked over, shaking as she watched me. I hit 3 bullseyes. I couldn't believe my eyes. I hit 3 bullseyes. In my first time ever shooting, the bodybuilder yelled, "Is this something you practice every week too?" I said, "Yup, every Sunday," which was a lie, but I wanted to scare her. I then stared her down as it was her turn to shoot. She became very unfocused and didn't make any good shots, which pushed her back in the rankings. Finally, our last event, shot put. Once again, another event I never did before. We had 3 tries and took our best score. I remember I was the first in the lineup to start this event off, and then everyone followed suit and tried to beat my score. Here, I prepared for my first throw. The bodybuilder beat my first and second scores. No one came near us. The competition was down to me and the bodybuilder. Then, I was the first person to start the last throw. Here is my final winning throw of the day. I had improved my score by several inches, and I went well over the bodybuilder's best mark. She had 1 shot left. I waited with a racing heartbeat as I watched the bodybuilder make her final throw. But no good. She couldn't outdo my final shot put. I waited all day for this win. And now the news broke out. Alicia Weber is the new Ultimate Athlete of Florida. The female bodybuilder couldn't take it and started stamping her feet, yelling, screaming, crying, throwing her stuff around. Everyone started clapping for me, and the bodybuilder said, "That is it, I'm done." She stampeded to her big truck, jumped in it, cranked up the engine, loud and clear, as everyone watched her zoom off into the sunset. Then we proceeded to the awards ceremony. I then won 7 medals, and they were placed around my neck. And I held up high a granite stone plaque that claimed me as the new Ultimate Athlete of Florida. One day I will always remember.
Alicia Weber is a world champion fitness competitor who set national records and holds world records in exercise events.